Who would that be?
It would be Mr. Knock, Mr. Cirque.
Mr. Knock. I haven't heard you for many decades.
Well, that's about right. I haven't had a licence for quite some considerable
Oh,
amount
you
of
have to do
time.
something about that.
Oh, yeah, I was, paying, I think it got up to about $30 or something, and I sort of said, well, I'm not using it. And
Well, about 65 now.
yeah, well, at least you get HF with it now, I suppose.
That's right. I mean, you get, if you had your old call sign, you can use, you can run missions on 160 metres.
Yes, could.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll be too long at East Malvern, because the fish are getting very, very fragile and tired.
They're not about to bubble, are they?
Yes, I think they're getting to the bubble stage, unfortunately, and they'll be at the top of the fish tank shortly.
That's a terrible thing to say, but
Well, you live with an Alzheimer's parent and you go, goldfish shows memory marvels compared to an Alzheimer's dementia patient.
oh, that's terrible. I hope you're not talking about the both of them.
No, fortunately not. Fortunately not. That would just be unworkable. No, it's only the male fish that's in trouble.
Oh, dear.
Plus, my uncle went and died,
No, sorry to hear about that.
and there was an executor, and he lived in South Australia, and then he decided, well, executorship is just too hard a job. I'm going to throw it in.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, the public trustee can do it. And my sister goes, oh, Mark, you're not employed. You go do it. Thanks very much.
Oh, dear. What are you doing with yourself these days?
Oh, bugger all, because ooh, why are we getting that? Is
It's
that-
his end. He'll
That's
sort
I'll be
it out.
invited to
Oh,
hear.
right.
Hang on.
I was going to say, I've got
Should
the
we?
cans on. I could hardly hear anything when Dave had them on. No, since that comedy production... Ooh, I've got crackles in my headphones. I hope it's your end. Ooh.
I didn't see you. Hang on.
Yeah, since that comedy production... Well, the comedy production team still makes a program for Channel 31, but they don't do their sort of outside broadcast type
So you're a
productions
man of
anymore.
leisure at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm not doing no more television production for me.
Oh, okay.
And what do you... I gather you probably long since retired from...
Well, let's put it this way. I don't do any full-time work. I'm a lollipop man.
All right, but you don't drive for the parts company anymore.
Drive for a living these days. It was getting to me. Getting to me. I was seeing it.
Oh dear, you're
And I was having micro sleeps in the while driving, and
oh
I
dear.
had to give it away. Give it away.
Have to give it away, chaps.
Oh, this is a separate... Oh, okay, there's a different way of monitoring, yes, okay. You haven't got a second pair of decent cans,
I
have you?
have.
Oh, you have.
Hello, actually, are you planning to get a license back for a home license, or you?
I don't know. As I said, I think neither fish... I don't think they'll actually bubble immediately, but they'll probably have to...
Well,
go
you can
into-
always operate from your car.
No, I probably... My guess is that probably Melbourne will end up being not home anymore, and I'll probably move up to the holiday house in, about 12 or 18 months, because I imagine it's
Yeah.
probably about the time they'll end up in
Bubble
those
care.
in those bubble care homes, yes.
Oh,
That's what
dear.
it says.
Where's holiday home?
Up Beaufort, out of Ballarat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, we have to put up all sorts of tenants and things.
Oh yes, it could become a true mission farm up there, although it is in the town, so there is a limited amount of being silly, but it could be reasonably silly.
Oh, well, that's not too bad anyway.
And you're still out at Box Hill Way?
No, I'm in Montana these days.
Oh god, go right out into the sticks. But then Mr. Egg's out that direction somewhere,
I
isn't
was
he?
up in Upway.
Upway. Oh god, even further.
Up, way.
Upway, yes. That's me. I'm just checking the mic plug here.
Is anyone coming up via Skype-O-Matic? Oh, that's apparently
No,
not.
the egg is probably still in bed.
Oh, it would be too early for the egg, wouldn't it, yet?
Yeah, we'll be
Someone did try to call Skype before.
Might be listening.
Hmm?
Sorry, the long might be listening.
Oh, where is he? Somewhere special.
No.
Oh, there's a Christmas gathering today.
Oh, Long had his Christmas gathering.
Hmm.
How funny, I never get invited, but probably just as well.
Oh, I thought you knew about it.
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm not one of the chosen ones.
Oh dear. Oh well. That wasn't too bad. The tennis course was there.
Ah, Mr. Courts.
Yes. I'm up here giving him some tuition to get his foundation licence.
Oh, that'd be very good indeed.
Oh, he won't have any problems, and
Yeah.
want him to go around to John D. Q's place.
All right.
He's an exam assessor, and I'm an exam assessor, and
Oh yeah.
put him through the paces so he can come up with, with the call sign, so he can come up on the missions. He wants to come up on the missions. He said he'd like to use Channel Delta. I said, well, you know what to do. Sit for the exam and away you go. A foundation licence is very easy to get. He won't have any problems.
Anyway, Knox back as chief announcer now.
Oh, you're chief announcer?
Am I? I don't know. I really just wanted to drop in for a couple of minutes and find out when the Christmas do. Actually, that sounds. Oh no, that actually sounds slightly better than that.
Of course, that's far away.
Yeah.
A couple
Yeah,
of
a bit
hours.
harder to. Yeah. Which was headphone monitoring. Just turn it down a bit. Not that much. Not that much. Just a little bit down. I've forgotten what I was going to say.
When did you not renew your licence? How long ago?
Oh, look, about 12, 13 years ago. It was very shortly after I had all the contents, which was a VHF and 6-metre rig, taken out of my car. Stolen. Yeah. So I didn't, and then I didn't bother to buy new gear, and so then after a couple of years after that, I lapsed it.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
I imagine I could. I assume from what Dave said in the past, I could just sort of
Just roll up.
just roll up and pay money and get a license.
That's
But
what he could do. I'm not sure whether you wanted to do a practical test.
He wouldn't have to do one.
I've got a COT
He's
electronics.
got the AOCP.
I've got the AOCP and I've got a COT electronics.
Oh, okay.
You just pay money and renew it.
Yeah.
You may or
In
may
fact,
not,
the K-
you might have to do the practical.
No,
exam.
you don't. Ralph, double ZC, he lapsed for 15 years,
Yeah.
and he just paid the money and got back on.
right,
Same
okay.
call sign, everything.
Oh, no problems. I knew you wouldn't have to sit for any other exams, but I wasn't too sure about the practical. Oh, right, while you answer that question.
Practical. I bet the practical standard now is much worse than it used to be 30 years ago.
But the practical standard, there was never a practical test anyhow. It was sort of like a theory test and a regs test, and that's all you did.
See, there's no Morse test these days, as you know.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But there's a practical test. It's very simple.
This is Chris, this push
I
to
think it's a
talk.
waste of time. I mean, you don't really need to know all that much to pass a practical exam. I have failed a couple of people on their practical. One was a little girl, but she just didn't have a clue.
And Mr. Silvers used to have to come round and inspect your shack to see whether you had a frequency monitoring device.
Nothing like that happened. That's going back to the old days.
Oh yeah, well I got two inspectors come round and I showed them what was it, like F10 or something, sort of heterodyne frequency measuring device.
Well-
You're going back to the Middle Ages.
Not that old. When I was in Shepparton, wasn't Mr. Ugg, but his offsider came round and they inspected my emission station, and they said, you haven't got a frequency standard.
Mm.
And I pulled out a digital radio, and nope, that's only measures in kilohertz. That is not an official frequency standard.
Well, no, I don't think whatever. I can't remember what it was called. It was just a heterodyne sort of frequency meter,
exactly.
and I don't think that measured down to tens of hertz.
Well, I
or
said,
anything.
look, I can zero beat this on WWV,
Yeah.
then go back and measure my signal. No, you've got to have the official thing. I think they're just talking
I
BS.
don't know. Yeah.
And nobody else was asked to have one.
No, maybe Uncle Ugg knew you were there, so he thought,
I think so.
Made around to check you out.
I think Mr. Ugg said, oh, we've got a new... Because when I changed my licence, it would have come into his office. Oh, no. I moved away to get... up here to get away from these people, and now they've come just up the road.
They're going to harass you. him, yes.
Oh
I
dear.
don't think he's much of a threat these days.
No, he's just writing about 32 volt radios and things like that in silicon chip.
Because you was about 1980 you were up in Shepparton, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's 30 years ago.
I know, it's a long time ago, Mumbles.
Long time.
What will we be singing in the 80s? What should we be singing now? What will we be singing in the 80s? What should we be singing now? What will we be singing in the 80s? What should we be singing now? What will we be singing in the 80s? What should we be singing now?
Yeah, I've been licensed for nearly 40 years.
40 years?
Not quite 40 years. I
Oh,
came in on there in 1972, early 72.
I'm living in the 70s. 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 Za, 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 za.
you would have had a spark gap.
Oh, that's right.
Spark emitters.
Oh, that's right. I just put a Welsh key on the smoke plug of the car.
That's right. That kills 5 birds with one stone. Anyone else on 145.3, 440 megahertz or via Skype-O-Matic? Someone did call up on Skype before, but I had to cancel them because I was replaying that thing off the same computer.
And I have to say good evening to the listeners in the western suburbs.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So anyway, that must be probably 20 years since the Knock has been on a live crossband.
Might be another 20.
Oh, no, I think you can take over. When I go for trips and things, you can come here and do the missions.
But you've made it too plex. There's far too much technology here for me.
Oh, that's good. That's an idea. The Mr. Doc and
You'd need a...
he's had a lot of experience with the mission, so yeah, he'd be great.
Mr. Stew has now made it quite complex to operate this station.
Bless you.
Doing crossband is quite complex, but basically, it wouldn't take too long to learn. It's no more complex than, an ordinary mission station. It can be simplified.
I was going to say, it's probably a lot more complex than the mission station these days because they're all just bloody touch screens and there's not... The number of keyboards and the number of consoles here is probably twice that of a real studio.
If you went into AW or 3LO or whatever, it's like this, keyboards and screens galore, and they do have 2 people running the board. They have someone taking calls and doing that side, and an operator doing all the operating side,
but
plus the person in the booth.
So the one you always see in a TV shot is just like about 3 faders worth and a screen.
That would be the announcer's console.
Yeah, right.
And all he's got is a basic fader and a screen to say what's coming up.
Yeah.
There's
there you
someone
go.
on Skype. Go ahead. Now the Skype person probably isn't getting any audio, which is not my problem. But you have to do that. See, it is very complex. When you've got Skype, you have to have a mix minus set up because of the... Oh, Mr. Anthony, how are you?
Alright, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I've just come in, I've been watching Titanic of all things.
Rightio, was it a good show?
Yeah, the one where the ship went down.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Scratches on his signal.
Say again?
Come again?
Yeah, you sound pretty bad, Anthony. It sounds like it's breaking up. On your
Right,
chip.
should be alright. Yes, I can hear that, isn't it?
Yes, burbling.
Yeah, hang on, come up down Anthony, I'll turn the volume up, I'll see what you like, direct.
Yes, I can hear myself. Hang on, what's that?
Sorry to say, Anthony, it's at your end.
Yeah,
That's better.
that might be better. I know what's wrong. Yes, I'm on battery power, that's probably why.
It sounds pretty bad.
Yes, I can hear that. I'll just give me a minute, I'll see if I can...
And we did get a call from Steve. Is it Steve? Yes. Who's if you want to call back and say hello, Steve. You said you're happy to listen on 2 meters, but if you want to call in, go ahead on Skype-O-Matic. Yeah, Skype's complex. You have a mix minus that has all their feeds, but not themselves going back. And
Yeah, because of the delay. Yeah.
yeah. And
We'll teach you how to run his station, Mr. Knock, and when he goes up in the Never Never, you can run the missions.
that's right. When they go to the inland and the islands, he can come down and do it. I'm sure he's looking very enthusiastic.
Yes, I'm full of high-powered inertia over that.
He certainly is. Oh, we
Besides which, so I've now got the net, so I can just sort of fiddle on the net and waste my time.
have you got the net missions now?
I've finally got, but only on a thin feed, because we're not allowed to have cable type connections, so we're on a wireless connection with extremely expensive data and pretty slow connection.
That sounds pretty backward to me.
It is pretty backward, but then again, it's better than a dial-up.
Why don't you get cable? Cable would be down
Well,
your
fish
street.
don't want cable.
Tell them,
Fish
well, if
don't
they're going
want
to bubble soon, doesn't matter.
Well, if fish bubble soon, then I won't be able to have cable anyhow, because when I go up to Beaufort, there's no cable up there. You can get satellite. And yeah, that's even worse than wireless broadband.
But when the NBN comes in, you'll have it.
But it won't, because NBN is not going to places of less than 1,250 people or something of that order, and I don't think Beaufort qualifies. Although I suppose it is on a highway, which might make it qualify, even though it isn't qualified.
It's going to take 10 years to happen, though.
It
Do you
certainly
reckon it's
would.
going to take? Oh, I don't think it'll take 10 years. But, you know, there's a whole argument about that. It's a bit like if these days you decided to have the Snowy Mountain scheme and somebody called for a business case for it and an environmental impact statement, then it's likely that the Snowy Mountain scheme would never get built. So, although it might be a nation builder, it's probably not justifiable business-wise. And
Don't forget, you've got the NBN, but the actual connection from the fibre into the house is a private company which charges a lot of money.
Oh yes, and I think they're shooting themselves in the foot a bit by making the basic service a pretty slow service. Only could be 12 megabits or something of that order. Really, if they're going to provide it, should be 100 megabits both ways, because after all, it's upgradable to at least a gigabit per second, or faster once they start to get 5 or 6 different colours down the same fibre.
Oh, ends up being a bit difficult, that. But look, I can't believe what they're saying. To start with, a fair amount of the long-range stuff's going to be WiMAX, which is radio.
Yeah, that's the country cousin Hicks out in the bush. They're still going to be on a very thin thread. And that's why, in fact, there should also be a kind of strategic broadband network which goes up and fills up half of the back blocks of of Australia, so that it is there for military purposes. Oh, sorry, that's my mobile. I better turn it off.
I hate to tell you this, most of the fibre in the outback is already used for military purposes.
Oh yes, there's not that many sheep and cattle stations in the middle of the bush, and they wouldn't be loading that many high definition movies. But yeah, no, I think the broadband is national broadband network is probably worth it as a future investment. But it's the whole thing has been done the wrong way round. I mean, from an engineering aspect, one would have thought the way to do it is to, back in the days when Optus was, given a second big step up the ladder by the government, it should have been, we should have put everything onto the Optus system, pulled the copper cables out of the existing street ducts, put fibre down them, and then there would have been a whole lot of spare ducts in the street where all the competitors could have laid their fibre as well. But now we're going back to a sort of piecemeal way of putting the NBN, which is going to be having a whole lot of fibre strung up in the air, which is going to be nice and ugly. Not quite as ugly as America was with cable TV. No comments.
And hello there to Lee as well. And we have Richard on the line too, if you want to call in. But anyway, yeah, I think the fact they're going to pull out the old infrastructure seems to be a bit of a silly thing to me.
There'll be no edge of darkness where you can find an old copper line and connect a phone to it and report damage or whatever, edge of darkness, nuclear Armageddon.
You'll just pull out your 50 million mobile phones you've got in your pocket.
That's right. Well, probably find you might be able to connect because there might be some sort of fibre optic connector on your phone in the future.
Now, if they leave the old copper in the ground, I would doubt if they'll...
No, they won't. They take it all out and sell it.
It's all contaminated.
It's copper.
It's very thin. But anyway, if they left
And
it
it's
in,
lead.
you could go and connect and have broadcast lines to all our houses, connect them all up, and see what happens there.
Yeah.
Live antennas out of them.
Yes, it's pretty thin wire. Yeah. Oh well, sounds all to the good. Anyway, keep the conversation going. We've got a trainee announcer here.
Oh. So you've... we haven't heard, or I haven't heard you for about 20 years.
No.
So, have you been listening to the emissions? You got a Sievers?
Sometimes on a Saturday night I might be out tinkering in the workshop, but not that, like 1 in 6 weeks, 1 in 8 weeks I might be out on a Saturday night tinkering in the workshop or listening.
Whether you ever listen to the coffee break?
Oh, no. Saturday night or possibly a Wednesday night replay, but 1 in 8, 1 in 10 sort of thing is about the sort of listening rates.
Okay, you'll have to come out to the next 160 metre luncheon, which comes up sometime in Feb. Dave usually goes there.
Luncheon?
Oh, yes, it's a big luncheon for all the 160 metre people in Melbourne.
Yeah. It started off one year after Herb 3JO passed away, and we've just been having it every year since then. The first couple of years was at Live Pork Chitter, and last year was at Volcano Joe's in Burwood. That was very nice. We could meet all the 160 metre boys. Usually there's a display of some homebrew equipment. Have a bit of a chat.
You'd be very interested, wouldn't you?
This would be an annual event, is it?
It's an annual event.
Right.
And
just like next week's Christmas party.
And Tucker's usually good. I think they're going to have it. I would say they have it at Volcano Joe's again next year. But, you come along, you might catch up with some of the old buddies.
Mm-hmm. Now, I wonder if Don's around tonight, Mr. Big. Anyway, the channels are open if he wants to come on, and we'll stand on by.
Yeah, he probably will pop up. And also I'd like to say evening to Steve, friend of the Longs.
Mr. L.
Yeah, and he wants Steve, he wants to go for his licence. So good evening to him. He was at Longs today, and I don't know whether Adam is listening. So good day, Adam. You never know who could be listening in on the missions, on the bilge.
You never know. People listen all the time. It's yeah. What control are you looking for?
Oh no, just reading the labels on the channels.
Okay,
that's all.
Yeah. Well, basically the labels say what they are.
Yes.
It's interesting. This was going to be the auxiliary to this, but that's so much. This is now the auxiliary to that
because that's so noisy and spotty on the pots,
and it picks up RF and the whole lot. Whereas that's clean. So yeah. Oh well, I wonder who else is around then. Who might be the egg might come on a bit later, I suppose, and the Long could come up via Skype or his Kai Kutu emitters, maybe.
He's active on Skype. Last time I had a look.
Yeah. He sounds much better on Skype, although the new 2 emitters isn't too bad.
For a long egg emitters he had in the car was unreadable. Just the audio was absolutely house. So
like the egg emitters? That sounds. I can hear him here.
No, this is the other day when I was talking to him while I was mobile.
Something must have tuttled then.
Yeah, anyway, I think he had too much mic gain. Plus he had a radio, he had the car radio up too loud as well. That didn't help.
Oh, and Lee, if you're still listening, I gave you sent you back an email. Thanks for that. Now I know your email address.
Oh, in reply to your second email, Sunday afternoon, Monday or Wednesday.
That sounds very good. What I will do, I'll reply to the email and give you a Timex, probably not so... Could be Sunday, that's tomorrow. Hang on, I'll write them down in my book. I used to have sheets of paper but always lost them, so now I'm writing down all these little bits of memory things on a book so I can always find them. Now, what days did you mention there, Lee?
Sunday afternoon, Monday or Wednesday.
Okay, well, I'll let you know. So that should be all to the good.
CK3JIA back again.
Ah, that sounds much better.
I can even hear you.
I think it's on VHF now.
Yeah, negative terminal of the battery, so it's all good now.
Good, okay.
Just strength here, Mr. Anthony.
Again?
Strength here.
Yes, no, I'm running battery power because my power supply died.
Good, what mid is you on at the moment?
I don't know what this thing is, a Yosu 47RH or something.
Hello. Okay. Well, it certainly sounds good anyway. And you bashed strength on the 706, and he's sounding quite good through Dave's.
Yes, I'm not running the full power though because the power supply has died, so I'm only on a gel cell.
Oh, not the full kilt.
Say good day to young Henry, that's son of Steve.
And we say morning to Don on Skype.
You won't know the house when you get here, Lionel.
Oh, well, yeah, that's not your house to worry about. Remember, you haven't got long to clean up your garage.
Next week.
Oh, yeah, sure. I better come up next Monday. It'll be still be like a brothel.
You won't recognise the house. There's only 3 pieces of furniture in the lounge room, and there's nothing on the back porch.
What went wrong?
I don't believe it.
Mr. Knox going, he'll just say goodbye to you all.
Okay, good night, Lionel, Anthony and Lee.
Oh, well, look, it's really great to catch up with you after so many years.
As well, small doses are good.
Well, you have to come to the series more often.
I'll just go out and say goodbye to the Knock. I'll be back in a few minutes. You can talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, we'll quarter